This is a breaking announcement, and apparently I have my camera is hella out of focus. Gang, it's the Three Stooges. I'm not doing the 1x1 fade in.
I was gonna say we never pitch a restart, but that take was so bad I want to keep it.
Yeah, you know what we're here for. You've read the title. This is a breaking announcement. We be on the lookout for some heinous criminals. Tom has wrangled together the village hidden the app's finest Ombu Yapops to arrest these other than fine folk, and we're gonna put them on trial. What the? Can a brother be in focus for 1 second?
Well, it's in packet, bro.
I love how much you're manifesting.
There you go.
All of this like Naruto like talk.
Yeah.
In our Digimon show, because the Lord knows that when Naruto TCG comes out, let's just say that the mascot of the channel is going to change to like.
No, he's just going to put a headband.
Akamaru.
I was going to say.
Or one of the toads.
Yo, wait.
I've been saying for literally years that we need a legally distinct Misplay for
what
game
if we
logo.
What if we had like Gekomon? So it's the toad.
Yeah, what if we had Gekomon?
Gekomon?
Gekomon, like with the bandana.
Make sure to glurp that like button.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
I was gonna say like Kiba. Like, are we Kiba fans?
I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't want to be Kiba. Kiba always kind of gave me the wrong vibe.
He got
you know when you're like 18
bro.
and they're trying to teach you about like being respectful to like women in society, and then I'm like, oh, that's what's wrong with Kiba.
Sorry, what? When did you go to women class?
Sorry, it was in high school. Yeah, they had a whole class about it.
Oh, you had a respect women class in high school?
Yeah.
Private
Came
high
free
school.
with the fluoride that turned the frogs gay.
But yeah.
Anyway, hey guys,
High
the
school.
ban list is out.
Yeah, whatever. Ban list. Yeah, some people try and make sure their retention is really good. You never come to us for retention. You come to us for the spiciest, most nuclear and correct ban list takes. So
we're literally always right about these.
Yeah, never wrong, just early. Some of them we're still waiting for how early we were, but you know, if we keep yelling about it, it might happen. Yeah, they announced that they're going to be doing a ban and restricted update on August 21st, which is a Friday, and we'll see that right on time for September, so right before BT26, which means obviously this is going to be a giant ban list, because why else would they do it right before new product comes out if it wasn't? So they ban all the old stuff so you can play the new stuff. Please buy product.
It's also because they hate the Canadian player base. So they're like trying to make sure that their one giant regional for the year is completely hosed.
All right. Do you think it's like the Toronto regional where they all have like the Toronto accent, like "Oi, croidy, memory choking me, croidy." That's yeah. Konnichiwa, Agumon slime.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna slime some of these Digimon out on the ban list. So do we want to just jump straight into it?
Yeah, this time we're not wearing suits because it's hot in the summer, and usually when they do these, we aren't in a historic UK heat wave. But it is what it is. Listen, the other thing is that joke is difficult because every now and then we try and think of cards that we think are like kind of okay. But bro, the hopium is up. We just put a bunch of cards we all hate on here. It's gonna be great. So get your pitchforks ready.
I want to know how many of the cards that we're going to put on this ban list are from like the previous time we did the ban list take, because
I can tell you, brother.
Dude,
there's
I
a
can't
number
wait.
of
It's got to be like
repeat
a coffee
offenders.
card. Like I know the Bandai rep that resets the counter every time Varney flames Bandai, and the Bandai rep that's assigned to us. I know they've got like a rewards card, and I'm like, oh, well, they did say analog use for the 4th time in a row. Maybe we should escalate this one.
So I think the opposite. I think the cards that I chose were specifically, I think for the most part, things that like they're not like the common complaints, because I'm sorry, but like we know what the pig shit is, and we're okay with rolling in it, and we have been rolling in it for like 2 years, and I'm so beyond believing in a world where they're gonna hit like card that we've been complaining about. I'll save it.
They put us all in the piggy trough in like BT14, right? Like we never got out of there. So it's
it's like
you want
this on your ban list? Greymon X.
Yeah.
Like I can't in good faith do like for me personally, right? Like we could be like, what about Hammer Spark? And it's like, dude, come on.
Get real.
it's not until you sit down and you're like, what do I hate? And when you're in the presence of other fine minds on the council here, that you remember the other cards that you hate. So
Don't worry, gentlemen. I got us covered.
Yeah, I mean, if Tom doesn't already have it, we might have a buzzer beater at the very end. But first, let's actually get into our heinous criminal trial. Casual style, proper nonchalant.
Wait, Mercy, I got better.
So to start things off, we got.
Oh, no, it's better.
Goodness gracious me!
The Infinity Stones.
Every Infinity Stone set to 0. Yep.
This is one of the ones I'm just like, God. It's like the Fell for It award, right? It's like, guys, you're all falling for it. Like, they're not gonna do it. Stop asking for it.
Yeah, they just printed nice new ones, and people are like, just to 0, make them collector's items.
As an engagement gift, I have, like, was it HPD?
Yeah, we got you a HPD.
Yeah, that shit is going in my Sarah's pocket set because I know that it will not get hit.
Yeah, I mean, I've got calling.
Yeah, I got a really good deal on a calling alt. I hope I never get to play it. I hope it's just in my binder for the rest of my life.
Yeah, when we pulled the calling alt, it's one of the big pop-offs in the YouTube shorts that people have seen. And then I opened Card Market and I went, oh. And then you know like when you try and use a bike where you shouldn't, and Professor Oak is like, there's a time and place for everything, but not now. That Terry's words were in the back of my head. It's like, Digimon is worthless. I'm like, yeah, he was right. This game sucks.
He's never been wrong about that, actually.
Yeah.
Does anyone want to even pretend there's anything cool about this?
I think
shit?
we honestly.
I want to be clear as well. I think this even includes the shitty ones that aren't already at
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is like,
just I don't even care anymore, bro.
Everyone knows about the Infinity Stones in the gauntlet, but people should be checking his acrylic nails. There's some fucking stones on there that probably should be looked at. I think all of them.
Venom.
We should just chop off both of his hands.
I had this thought
just say tropical venom. We all know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, I want to go like a layer deeper on this shit too. Like if it costs 0 and can give you any memory, I think it gets to be a shitty half. Like it's a finite stone, and I want those gone too. Like I want like BT9X antibody banned to 0 now because I know we're gonna get a whole bunch of new X antibody shit in the next 6 sets. So I'm just like, if it costs nothing and gives 1, get rid of it.
It doesn't give 1.
I'm done.
X antibody like natively does not give 1. It only gives 1 out of 6.
It's a Hammer-Spark.
Yeah, it's a Hammer-Spark insecurity.
That's what I mean.
Sure.
If you're shit, dude, I was this close to sticking all the Beat Break kids under Thanos'
that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Like, at that point,
I was real close.
So, like, I think the funniest thing is, like, with your whole chest, you're like, oh yeah, because we gotta get 6 sets of X antibody. This is how I know you absolutely hate like the X antibody Digimon. They're like, X antibody with Gallantmon worse, and I hate them, and I hate Alphamon, and I hate Royal Knight, and those are like the only 2. And
Old Force is cringe. Old Force is cringe in a little bit.
Old Force is
Craniumon is like gonna get like 4 waves of support before the year ends, and I hate every time he's had a card.
Magnet X is such a funny one for us because we obviously are part of a scene that figured out the toolbox so quickly. Everyone else was like, oh, Magnet X completely shuts down everything. He's so difficult to deal with. Meanwhile, we had Harry going, ooh, nothing Magnet X, yummy, yummy. Like, we had people that just went, here is the weakness. I will exploit it every week. So we were very, very normal about Magnet X. I still hear people complain about Magnet X. I'm like, oh yeah, we are a little freak union of some of the best players in the UK that just went, this is a wall. Here's a ladder.
Okay, so like really quickly, I think it's because in my head, the average Digimon player doesn't, like each individual person doesn't build that many decks. So like as an individual, I think it's like a lot of people that their deck got oppressed by Magnet X. But like in a group, it doesn't matter as much because like you have access to like more resources, right? So like if you're somebody who doesn't splash the cash that much, like you got walled by Magnet X and it was just like it was a money diff. But like
I think it's also an interesting thing where like it depends on how wide the group is and whether you have access to cases. Because when we used to buy case splits, like 2 case splits between the group every set when Digimon was slightly more affordable, we got such wide testing because we had access to building every single deck. As we've now all started, you know, life is getting in the way, we're getting older, the game's getting more expensive. We start to buy singles more, and now our testing pool is still wide enough because we all have enough like non-overlapping decks, but it's now getting harder for us to build every single deck in the format to test for every single deck in the format. Obviously, you know,
Not
there
we
are
print things.
alternatives, and a printer is a commodity that can be acquired for a reasonable price in your
Yeah.
house. But it's still just like one of those things. Like, I think it's definitely something I've noticed is I build way fewer decks now. All of us are kind of building fewer decks now, or have less time to play as many decks. So I'd imagine that's something that's global as well.
I think the fewer decks thing, though, I think is like slightly, it's like a different, like, not issue, but I think it's like a different scenario because so much of like the last few sets have been like TS centered and like CS centered. And like, okay, we had like EX10 that had like, for you, for example, that was like what the TS, Bagra in EX10 and like Titans are like the two newest things that you've built, Andrew, right?
To my knowledge, yeah.
Like the times where you had to like buy more than like an uncommon for
when people are
just...
like, oh, are we going to do a case split? I'm like, I mean, I only want to build one deck. Is there any point?
And I think it's because of like the main sets have been like that.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, it was just, I think like the main sets have introduced like less new standout, like standalone decks and more like boxes or like archetypes that are like a bit wider. So it's like, as long as you have like the building blocks, you can kind of pivot to like where you want to build.
They've also started making fewer generic cards, I think.
Yes.
So it's a lot harder to be like, oh, this patches up my Scrimbo Bimbo deck because everything is black box. Like, you know, we've talked about it to the hills, like, is black box text hampering the game? But
no, I think that's a good point because I think the game has maybe not moved past generics, but like I think cards are back to being like, this standalone card carries like this specific deck. Like I think a great example is like TB. I think like the reason why TB is like super strong in my head is because like Susano is really good, right? But it's not like every deck that is playing Susano is splashing it. Like Susano is like really specific and it's the power budget of the deck.
But I think even like 4s and 5s, like I was looking at Eden stuff and I went, oh man, I need more things that can evolve and draw 2 trash 2. There's just nothing new. I have no new cards. And I was like, oh, my Eden 50 is the same Eden 50 that I took 4 formats ago.
Because like, for example, like, okay, there's like Appmon and like the new Appmon deck. You're like, yeah, sure, whatever, right? But I think like outside of recently, like the EX sets, most of the main sets have just kind of been like really, really like wide and like spread out thin. There's like obvious like, you know, these are like the cores you kind of want to put together, but for the most part,
it doesn't help that we're building around video games, like rather than like vague concepts like before.
Yeah, I mean, it also depends, like, because you know the other thing we don't get anymore that we used to get is we used to get the store promos that weren't for an archetype, but every store promo is basically a custom card to do exactly what you want to reintroduce to the format.
And half of them have been Appmon cards.
Yeah, so it's like if they want to print stuff like that, that's tight. But the reason Thanos over here gotta go is because those cards don't care what you put them in, they're broken in absolutely every goddamn context of the game.
Yep.
Do you think that when we go back to like the ex-ante-body like sets, we're going to go back to like decks being a bit more focused and less like toolboxy?
The advantage the ex-antibodies always had is just better hand advantage because you basically draw twice as many cards by evolving for 0 over the same level.
Yeah, you're kind of trolling if you go wide.
It's like it might make a difference. I don't necessarily think it's gonna be like. I think some of them out the gate will probably be good enough to see play on the level that like the toolbox decks do or like the trait decks do. But even when we talk about like trait decks, it's like, what are we really talking about? Like the best CS deck was Hoodiemon, and that wasn't really a toolbox, that was hoodie combos. And then the best like focused Time Stranger decks are like either Jupiter is one thing, Ceres Bacchus, like if you look at early testing, people aren't even playing it with TS stuff all the way through, it's mostly plants. Like I guess it's Olympus Megazoo, and like even then some people are calling it like Siren Control. Like that's the closest to like kind of trait slop or whatever. And like, you know, I'm sure something will be able to hang at that power level, but like the more specific you get, the more broken shit you can print. And so Bandai loves printing broken shit.
I think this is like the natural, like the way that like power creep is like headed towards is like instead of having like a really powerful, like you guys remember like Zudomon Ace, how much of a bitch that card was?
Oh I hated that
God.
guy. Yeah.
But now it's like, oh, an Ace.
Yeah, you better be
Weird.
machine ace, and you better make you like protect your whole board, make 2 guys, kill
Yeah,
you
it better
instantly.
come for free off of your high andro.
Yeah. Or nothing.
Next
yeah,
card.
get
Yeah.
this
What do we
shit
got?
out of here, bro.
Obvious way to
what
Oh,
a
start.
crazy
I scrambled the order, by the way.
Ooh, biggest speeding ticket we've ever seen, set to 1. Cyclomon from Time Stranger. I would love to know. Yeah, this is this a Marcio pick?
Yes.
Yeah, I like
So
it.
like, okay, let's contextualize Medusa, right? The games that you lose to Medusa is like the OTK that they had the Cyclo and you couldn't track it.
Mhm.
Or like sometimes they get it off of a search and like, yeah.
Yeah,
whatever.
one of the few decks that can add it.
Yes, right? One of the decks that just like searches it because it's what's the trait? Reptile?
Dragonkin.
Dragonkin,
Dragonkin, right. So my thing with the Cyclo is that like it kind of enables like bullshit like OTK lines where like you're not really supposed to die to it, but because they drew into the Cyclo, you did. And because it just has like keyword rush in specifically like Medusa, I think like Medusa without Cyclo is a much more tolerable deck because it kind of goes back to playing more like a tempo-ish like deck where like it deals a bunch of damage, it puts the opponent on a clock, and it's like, okay, do you have like a good interaction with what's the 7 called? Styraco. And some decks do and some decks don't, but that's like playing towards like the next fantasy of like, this is my giant lizard. He like is super annoying to deal with, and like I have the tokens and I interact with the tokens and I go wide on your turn, and like I'm slowly chipping away your securities, you know. I'm like pinging you damage
Yeah,
while
it's
you're
like
trying
3 damage. But
yeah, it's like 3 damage.
It is.
But that's I think like
Jessamine.
that's when I think the deck is like at its best. That's like great like fantasy for like the design space for the deck, right? But then the deck goes, I opened Uko, so that's 1 damage. You're now at 4. And like, okay, I could put Uko down. Like, yeah, obviously, like we'll talk about the terrorists later. But then the other line of play is like, I drew the Cyclomon. It has rush. Owen can just make it swing. My 4 damage line is like lethal now because like I have like double Cyclo or like, you know, like there's just like so many things that you get to do with this card. And like even in like TS, the card was like strong in TS as well as like Medusa, like the first wave of like the TS release. The card was like really, really good when like people were doing like Sylphie combos with like Maruki and Minerva. You were like playing this guy out. So I just think it's like, if you want to bring Medusa down without like axing, it's like actual like Medusa cards. You just hit Cyclo and like it sucks, but
You haven't even mentioned the other place this deck card is being used. You know, this is the current finisher in TS Angels. Because
of course, yes.
Yeah, Juno plays it out. Yeah,
I completely forgot about it. Yeah,
that's like another. Plays it out.
Yeah, like that's when the red Dragonkin hits you, and you go, you know what? Fair enough. Red Dragonkin in the red lizard deck. You know, I kind of expected him to be here. When you see someone do the fucking spinning teapots at Disney World, and then a fucking lizard crawls out from underneath, you go, oh shit.
And like it's worse with like Dankadan as well, because like, oh, Dankadan make it swing.
This card has a higher conversion rate than any other card in Medusamon if you just look at it stats wise, and it's because
we can look at stats now.
We can look at stats now. Yeah, DCG Nexus, Digilab. We live in the future, baby. Welcome back to Digimon 2026. But this card converts better than basically all those decks. Or sorry, it converts better than all of the Medusa cards. It does not convert better than all the Angel cards. That is because notably that is a nightmare. But it's not a coincidence that, like Marcia said, if you want to hit Medusa, this is the safest thing to do because it's the least volatile change that actually also affects something else that's beneficial. Yeah. So, you could get rid of the Lamiamon or whatever. Who cares? That's the get rid of it. But I'm gonna downplay the cool red deck because it's got a dinosaur thing on it that I like.
And they can still slam Medusa for 11 if they still have 1.
And it's like, what are we talking? If you get rid of Medusa, the format goes purple again. And like Chronomon is not him. It's not fixing that problem. So I think keeping this card around, which has basically nothing to do with that thematic and is just used for bullshit, I think is a very reasonable thing to get rid of. I don't know though. I won't
look at us, Tom. Look at us, progressives.
Also, I want the one of event pack one I pulled to be the only one I need.
Like a year ago, we would be like, no, we think Medusa needs it, and we like it because we play the deck.
Yeah.
Not
Well,
even a
you know,
year ago, like,
we're
what, 8
mature,
months ago?
functional lawyers here.
Yeah,
Oh my
we
God,
farmed enough
speaking of-
locals.
Speaking of
disregard
lawyers.
for human life.
Yeah,
Oh.
this is the only one of the repeat ones I finally bothered changing the text for. I don't know what else I can write to make the Bandai team heroes. This was technically your pick, Andrew.
Yeah, so this is one of those ones that people go, but Uko's really helpful for helping my Glup Shido deck kind of keep up with the meta. I'm like, that is true, but the rising tide does raise all ships, and your little paddle boat is gonna get hit by a fucking mega yacht. Beat break. Every time you think you forget about this card, it tops. Oh man, I hadn't thought about Uko as being a thing for, you know, a tagged deck, you know, Glowing Dawn slop, you know, it's all tag slop. They don't have space for Uko. It turns out 1 free damage is fucking crazy, actually. So for everything this card does for your Glup Shido deck, it does 6 times more for the greedy billionaires that are the tier 1 decks. So we should just kill this, and they should just print better Glup Shido support.
Yeah.
Also, I would like it when my opponent goes, you know, would you like to go first or second? And you go, I think I would like to go first. And you go, Uko's like, I would also like to go second, please. Fuck you. Stop doing that.
What I will say about Uko is, like, I think it used to be like a cycle, like Tom said, of like, you know, people put the card in and then like people start playing around the card and the card gets worse because like a common like counter pick to Uko is Digimon Emperor.
Yeah, I'll spend 3 memory to try and offset the 1 memory you played. Yeah, good job, buddy.
Yeah, but then then like people start playing it less, and then like eventually the deck will find its spot in like a deck that like kind of needs it specifically because of its like damage mapping, and then we're back to like doing the cycle over and over and over again. And like Glowing Dawn is now like the newest, like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, man, whatever. The deck that had like defined weakness of like, if I promote, I have like and you clear this, it's like a true off turn because like I don't well, technically the deck does have randomly have rush, right?
Well, we're coming for that. Don't worry, boys.
But my main like gripe with Uko is that I think you as a player, whenever you start building a new, this is where I think we're up to in like the big 2026, right? When you go and draft your list, you put 4 Ukomons into your deck, and then you do the rest of your deck list and you build around the 4 Uko, and you see if it like actually is like a detriment to your deck, right? Unless you're playing like Royal Knights or whatever, if you have like a specialized, you know.
If you don't have a Giga Broken Inherit on your rookie, or, you know, one of these cheat into a level 4s, like.
Has a Giga Inherit Broken thing on their rookie and they still play it.
Yeah, I guess.
I want to throw one more thing out, which is that I know we've talked about future proofing when we do these videos, like that's the Bandai operative listening to us scratch card. He said, Misplay for gamers, and they know what's coming out. We do know what's coming out. We read the emails. I don't know why other people don't. But Ukomon and Glowing Dawn is a significant change because Glowing Dawn gets away with it because it's a white source for their special Epulse thing, right, which is cringe. But when you think about like, Ukomon's trade-off historically was that he turned off your color stuff. But then all of these LM sets have come out. Yes. And as of LM8, you can now play 4 red trainings that ignore color requirements.
It's optimal.
So it's like, I just think there's a tipping point where it's like Ukomon can no longer exist in a world where you have that many good passive color source ignoring turn 1 plays.
It genuinely used to be like a detriment, was that like, well, you know, going second.
Yeah,
it's
going
like,
second,
the
you get
Ukomon,
past 2.
You got past 1, you couldn't pass back safely because it was like, I can't Uko and then put you to 0. What do I do?
The annoying thing is the reason you were usually getting 1 pass is because they opened Uko.
Like it was like, you know, it would be like, do I have a Tamer to play, or like, do I have a Searcher to play? But it's like, okay, I need like multiple rookies in my hand, right? Like that's the times that like you'd maybe keep the Uko. But now with the trainings, like it's genuinely getting to the point that it's just optimal to play 1/1/1 of every single color combination because they just also have a better security effect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. This is also Red Hybrid is this deck that like on the show we've glazed a lot, but it is a unique kind of abuser for this card. And given that Red Hybrid really, like, you know, it's had some good results internationally, but when you look at, especially because they keep saying like, we're going to look at every region. Bro, that deck runs house in China, so they're gonna do something about it this time.
One
and I have
thing
a
that
feeling
is
this is where they
also
go.
very, very, very funny about Uko. Like you said, obviously, you know, ignoring color requirements, there's also a lot more white options that get played that just randomly Uko works for. The most heinous thing is before, you'd pick up a Digimon and a Tamer and you bot deck your option. But in today's landscape, you pick up a Digimon, a Tamer, and half the time you pick up an option. So there is actually zero downside to this card right now, and he needs to go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm over him, man.
yeah, move on, bro.
Terrorism.
This one is one of yours, Andrew, right?
Yeah, this one was me. I think I bring this back every other ban list just for the love of the game.
You're right to.
Yeah. We can also kill all the things this thing is here to stop. I think this card is just kind of lame. Like, you swing, you hit it in security, and you go, oh, I guess the turn's over. Maybe. And also there's going to be a couple of like ruling headaches that come off of this now with like Dan Canan as well. I think it'd just be better if this card just didn't exist. I think there's enough things that also kind of get through the floating, like spitting tamers or like getting additional value that is like, it stonewalls a bunch of the Club Shadow decks and doesn't do enough meaningfully to a lot of the crazy decks that weren't just going to find a way to brute force through it anyway. We can just hit the things. We can hit the go wide decks. It's fine. We can hit the go wide decks. I am a little concerned about Bacchaceres if we get rid of the thing, but that is future ban list Andrew's problem, not current ban list Andrew's problem.
Yeah, the difference is that in a world with no Crimson Blaze, we can just hit Bacchaceres and not have to keep playing around this stupid piece of crap.
Ceresmon on a ban list? No way.
Yeah, wow, what a it's tradition.
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna need to stop.
The other thing is like they keep printing random shit that just like options get better every year. So like the legacy good options, like spoilers, I didn't put Congo on here because I think Congo is kind of a knee-jerk response, whereas this has kind of been good for longer again. But
yeah,
like,
Congo's only good in certain formats, whereas Crimson Blaze is almost never bad.
I also think Congo, like, it's still a bozo card, but it's kind of being used ethically because it hates field spells. So like, I don't know. We'll see where they go with it. But I just think the more things they do that give you access to the legacy broken option cards, the worse the game gets. So, fingers crossed. This is it. See you later, shithead.
Yeah, Marcio, would you like to defend Crimson Blaze?
For the love of the game.
Oh yeah. Also, we should take this away from Medusa.
Hey, now we just hate the Cyclomon. Cool. If I give you like 3 tokens, yeah, this is like not. Come on, man, not Medusa. That's the cool.
Is
one.
It cool?
Like,
yeah, I'm making my own things.
You may pop, but still get to tuck back, and then you get to make get to make burn 3 cheaper.
It's the same amount of burn.
You're talking to 2 red players, Andrew.
I don't know. I think it's a necessary. If it was that good, it would still be winning things.
I think like Tom brought up a good point about like legacy, like strong cards, and it's like either low key. I think I'm just sick of the artwork. Like, I'm sorry, but Zhuxiao is just like not that cool.
Dude, there's a champion. Yeah, there's a championship alt art. There's 2 arts for this.
Well, they should ban this before the Davis dual wave comes out, so that I can use those. What
I was gonna say is like, okay, it's like it's a 4 sovereign options, right? It's Congo, Sorai, which is just horrible now, Crimson Blaze with Zhuxiao, and then Abanus, which is Mugen, which is unplayable, right? Like, 2 of them are still very good. So like for thematic reasons, just like make a better Crimson Blaze. But like put it on like a new set of guys so we can like move on and hate on those guys instead. Like, yeah,
you're describing volcanic, Jamal.
Do you think
Zhuxiao Ace is going to be volcanic again?
Do you think Crimson Blaze being good this long, Marcio, has stopped me getting the Deva cards I want? Like, do you think like it's bad karma for those?
I don't
Digimon
think they remember that those cards that's the artwork on those cards.
Because Zhuxiaomon doesn't do this.
Low-key, I'm advocating for like make a newer Crimson Blaze that like also stops your opponent from just hard slamming. Your opponent can't.
I'm all about it. Let's turn skip a kid.
Like, I'm sorry, but if you're playing Mega Zoo still, like it's been like 8 months, like pick up a new deck. You can't. Just no.
It should be, we should design the sovereign dual cards. They're gonna go crazy.
Yeah, just straight up, your opponent can't play Digimon for a whole turn.
Which is sometimes what this card does in security.
Yeah, no, but like this will stop them from even hard play. They can't go under Crimson Blaze. Yeah, I guess I'll play.
I guess I'll assemble
for Minerva or whatever. No, man.
They'll be like, oh, but you have a guy. How can I get some value? I'll play like Venus, or I'll play Marsmon. No, you can't even do that. You can't play. Just make it better. Just power creep it and make it so the opponent just can't play. Fuck it, make it add Tamers too. The opponent just can't play. Like evolve in the back, and that's it.
All right. Yeah, that's Crimson Blaze. And yeah.
Oh, this is me. I picked this one.
Shocker.
So here's what's up. This card is
remember Chimera.
This card is this card individually is the least thought about promo ever made in the history of the card game. It has
I'm doing the founder from Obsession.
This isn't even a podcast episode. They can see you. Yeah. For the Chimera Rush deck that I think they intended you to play this with in DM, there's no inherent synergy in turning your Rush off. This is essentially just a run blows up bozo dickhead card that you could stick on top, but it doesn't inherently synergize with anything other than ISM that they shoehorned in later. And even then, that's not necessarily part of the inherent combo because it's not actually beneficial to play this with DM stuff. You don't get anything out of face downs with this guy. You're just filling your trash with dorks with a version name on them. And in Millenniumon, it skips DNA. They were like, you know what? Today, the Millennium players, they can be a shitty fucking demon lords, Andy. And they get to play on-play Digivolve. And that's the fun part of the deck. I think this card has to go because they can literally never print more Millenniumons while this guy exists. Because every time it resolves, it will play out Chimera Millenniumon, and the work they intend you to fucking go through to DNA into this deck will not matter because you had it's a one card, like the decks are supposed to have steps to build into a combo, and the combo for this deck is play the card from hand.
Okay, so like before Andrew does the thing that he's going to do, which is like, give us his biased, objective.
I want you guys to think when Andrew describes why this card is okay, Millenniumon. Think of that clip of Elon this week in Germany asking, "You guys have so much water here."
Okay, so like I'm gonna be a bit of a I'm gonna be a bit of in the middle. I'm gonna be a bit of a moderate. They call me
sitting KB.
Yeah, once again. Tim Pool or whatever his name is.
Russian asset fence.
Guys, I'm on Jubilee. Anyway, so a coin has two sides, right? And like, I like Millenni when either one of two scenarios, which is I'm playing Chimera and I can do some like kind of cool combos, or like I get to like, my little piñata pops and then like I get like a bunch of value and it's like really cool and awesome. Or I'm playing Medusa and I never give them shit. And I'm like, oh, you played the card. Cool. Delete bottom deck, right? And then if I'm thinking about this card exclusively, right, in those scenarios, this card, it's fine. However, when I go up against this card, and it's not one of those two scenarios where I'm either the one playing Millenni, but it's like ethical, or I'm not on the counter deck that just like bottom decks it or whatever, then I don't like this card. So it's like, do I think the card should go in some capacity? Let's put it to 2, Let's put it to 2. The poster says 1, I'll say 2 because I'm a fence sitter. Over to Andrew.
The
2 is fair. You know what actually needs to go? The other Millennium one.
Yeah, but that's the only one that does a unique thing.
No, it does a unique thing, but this card only gets insane value because it can blow itself up and float into +5 memory.
No, okay.
When this card comes down and you don't immediately get to go into I'm going to reset their deck, it's not as impressive. Obviously, the Giramon is about to make this card crazy on its own, like genuinely crazy on its own, because it now says every time it hits the board, Digivolve 2 and burn 1 for the love of the game, which is like health of the DM card space is about to get significantly worse thanks to Giramon, and this card is now on a clock. But right now, its twin is doing all kinds of crazy Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic getting mistaken for, Shadow kind of like wanted government list. This is the wrong hedgehog.
Okay.
I
Let
know
me
what you
build
mean.
upon that point, right? So, like, I think that you, as a Millennium player, one, deserve less. Two, are allowed to like turn skip people for like 5 memory. Okay,
but it
However,
shouldn't be off of one card.
Exactly, right? Because this is why this card is bad, because it has assembly and it's not DNA. So you're not actually, being a fence sitter. It's like what Tom said. It's like you're not DNAing for the card, you're assembling for it, right? So that we can all agree that the assembly part is like bad and the on play is like not cool.
On play is
However,
what this card could cost fucking whatever and have the on delete. I just can't believe it has an on play. Like if Pildramon had an on play this whole time, they'd be using it in clapbacks.
Yeah, well,
So-
I think the thing is because of how ISM is designed, and also
Yeah,
like
ISM's not a healthy
like
card.
Chimera and then also Machine have always been slam decks, so it kind of plays to both aspects of its DNA fusion. So
Sure.
like thematically, it makes sense for it to have an on play.
but
Motherfucker, that's a great point. I hate when you do that. That's
this
a
guy's
great.
making sense.
I hate when he makes a really cool point on purpose.
So I think, right, it's like, maybe the card needs to go so you as a Millennium player can get like, a more normal piece of support that lets you do the thing that you want to do, which is like this turn skip and then like climb up and like going to Moon and like going to Z. Because like this card basically says you don't have to go into Moon, you don't have to go into Z to win the game. Like you just don't. Like you go into it because like it's kind of cool and sometimes the utility is nice, but you could just like win the game off of just like, yeah, swing, fucking ISM, blow this up, make another 2 DNA, swing, 2 more. Like you can just like win the game without.
Yeah, I would also say that this card is more egregious when we get to a certain fucking Omega criminal, like looking like a mini Lex Luthor that also staples this fucking deck together.
Yes.
If this card had Digicross on it, do you think it would be less offensive?
I think it would be largely a net. So in a format where Medusa and Chronomon didn't exist, it would be the exact same. But in this context, I think it's actually
Ravemon instead.
Yeah. Like the thing is, it does matter where you end up leaving your shit. That's the problem.
I just think because you go net neutral on a lot of the card draw in this deck. So I have a feeling that like when you float
you go neutral on hand advantage, not card advantage.
Okay, yeah.
Your trash is advantage.
But that's what I'm saying. Like the trash is advantage because we're an assembly deck. If you're not an assembly deck and you have to keep pieces in hand for Digicross, which the first Millennium tried and failed fucking horribly with.
I'll give you that, sure.
And you actually have to keep pieces in hand, and then when you are going draw one, trash one, I'm not setting up my trash for later. I'm like, I am pitching this card and it is not useful to me anymore. Like, where does that, like, would that fix it if it was 3 garnets from hand every time it hit the board?
I'll give you that the assembly is the change they had to make that kind of line work. But there's 2 things that I still think don't move the needle on it. I don't think it's evil for this deck to be able to get its pieces back from trash in an action. What's wrong with it, and like to your point about like they hit this is the wrong Millennium to hit, this card will always make every next Millennium a new problematic Millennium. Old Millennium will have a cap because you'll have to do his thing to make it. This card cheats
your win condition.
Yeah, sure, right? But like
this card cheats you into your win condition.
This card is to, and I'm gonna spoil a certain red and blue DNA level 7 who's on this list later. This card is Alter S to an actual Millenniumon Omnimon. Like it changes the deck's dynamic into like, well, bad luck, motherfucker, I found it. Sorry, man.
Also, the thing about it is like it's good that it lets you like proc your own stuff, so like you don't just like auto lose to like decks that have like bounce, bot deck, Digivolve, whatever. Like that's the thing that sucks about as a Millennium player is like, oh, this matchup sucks because I'm playing against like a deck that just bounces my shit to hand, so I'm never getting my own deletion chance. Because like as a Millennium player, you want to be like, you want to be deleted, you want to like flow and like like you want to be annoying, right? And like this card, it like turns your like deck flavor of like being annoying and like scaling up to just like Yu-Gi-Oh combo, you're dead. Like, I'm going to abuse DNA. Thoughts?
Yeah, it does make some matchups incredibly binary. I guess the other thing is like the payoff without this card for that deck is just non-existent. You have to
Yeah,
make
they
a
need
5 in
to
the back,
give it
slam a
something.
6.
Yeah.
They need to give it 9 more years of support.
Or a one
deserves to
actual real wave now
Yes.
that they know what they're supposed to do with these cards.
Free
Like
Rio.
an assembly machine Dramon that like can combo from there and like lets you play on that axis that does not inherently
So you
then
build a
start
5 in
your
the
whole
back instead
chain.
of 4 plus ISM.
Yeah, like there's so many levels, but like no, it's assembly machine and you ISM Chimera on the field is like, oh, at least there was a sequence there.
So what, the
Like-
assembly machine has to cost fuck all, so you can then pay for
Yeah,
ISM?
man, that's Machine Dramon.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's his thing. I don't know. The only thing Millenniumon borrowed from his original incarnation is floating.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll do something. I don't. I put it to 1 because I know people like this card.
Low key, like I think the biggest, like most problematic thing about this deck is that like it already griefs the opponent by like fucking with their trash, right? So in a matchup where like you're playing against a deck that also profits from like being deleted, you're already like touching their trash eventually, so like you can already like break their like resource loop. But having the Digivolve is like, oh, okay, so it's fine when like I get deleted, but it's not fine when you get deleted. So I'm going to Digivolve you. Like
Yeah.
imagine Digivolving a Phoenix X stack and then just like popping it. It's like, I mean, as the Millennium player, you're like, yeah, fuck you. That shit
Yeah.
was sick. But then as the Burst player, I'm like, come on, man. I
Well,
don't even have
if it's
like
any
Rude X anymore.
consolation, every time you de-digivolve a Millennia, it gets de-digivolved 2'd.
No, I'm saying you, like the Millennium player, Digivolving the opponent that also wants to be deleted.
Yeah. Because we had to deal with going like, oh, yeah, de-digivolve your 7. I'm like, oh shit, I'm a 5 now.
5 again. Yeah.
Yeah. My bad.
I don't know. The other thing is this card there's like the pretense of them balancing it around training manual because you can't use manual to go into this guy because he's level 6 or he's higher than 6. But like, man, there's just so much memory manipulation in the decks this card was designed to do things in that it's like you guys threw. It's like putting the bumpers up on the bowling lane. Like
you should get
it's
a level
so
4,
early to have committed
you
this
should get
to
a
a
level
ceiling.
4 that plays Chitosa out for free.
Jambo has been in my DMs telling me about a blue level 4 Deltamon that plays a tamer with DM or Millennia in text for like forever. And unironically, I think if this card went, you could have cards that do shit like that.
Chimera.
Yeah, dead ass. You know, he's in the book.
Yeah.
Basically, what we're saying is, stop playing Millenniumon because
More Millenniumon support.
I don't even care that, like, you know, I have caught some shit for saying that Millennia is purple Mirage, and when it puts your shit back from the trash and takes away your next 5 draws per turn and gimps you, I think it's kind of sleeper, but like at least that's different, right? At least that's something else.
So the thing is, right? When I, as an avid KnTElixar fan, right, sit down to watch a video, and I watch him like put back someone's trash and just fuck up their deck, I'm like, damn, I would hate to be the guy sat across from it because like, damn, that shit's like annoying as fuck. But it's like that's your win con. Like you make the opponent break and like
you skip a turn and you win next turn.
And it's like that shit was nice. And then like, oh, you get to go into Moon and like hand rip and like you go into Z. But like a lot of time you're just not doing that because like why would you? Just like slam, self delete.
I think some of that's also a problem with Moon and Z not being very good.
But like yes, you're right.
It's okay, they'll come out later.
Yeah.
But like the
Grok
nice
4.0 will make a new Millenniumon.
Yeah, that's all I had to say on this one.
Yeah, no, I like this one. I think it's a very reasonable thing to what the helly? Arson and mass-induced dyslexia. So, Marcio, 3 Musketeer rifle to your head. What is the name of this card?
I've already done the what was it called? The Bumble Clap Pussy Wagon 52 chicken nuggets joke before. Fuck, is it like bind red trigger?
Yeah,
red?
Correct.
Oh,
It is bind red trigger.
No, but that just doesn't make sense. It's red bind trigger, right?
No.
Like the card is red.
This is that dude on TikTok that's like, there's a correct sequence for your adjectives. You're supposed to say if it's big, if it's colorful, if it's moving. Like
I'm really big on linguistics right now.
Yeah.
So here's my thing with this card, right? I think that BL-Star. Do I love that BL-Star has unsuspend? No, I don't think any purple deck should have unsuspend, if I'm being honest with you. Like, anytime a purple deck unsuspends, it's like, oh, fuck's sake, here we
They're
go again.
using it for evil.
Like, did we not learn from, like, Tidamon? Like, how many
Heavy
times? Like, how many, like, how many times do we have, like, just put, like, security attack +1 on it, and, like, maybe a rush body, and let them, like, late game set up their, like, OTK. They, like, you shouldn't get one banged off of a single purple stack, okay? And this card contributes to you getting one bang, because it doesn't matter that like they don't kill you. The purple deck shouldn't be unsuspending twice, burning 2 of your security, and also doing a check. It doesn't matter that they don't kill you. If your deck doesn't have recovery, you're not making it back because what, you're gonna trade with the Beelstarmon player? Yeah, real good job, buddy. Yeah, Asuna play our scope, load, gain 1, evolve into Lady Devi, boom, scap, Beelstar, dual card from the trash, because we evolve from the trash like a true plus. Boom, clear you again. Oh, you tried to clear me again? Promote. Do it again. It's just like it just this cycle. It's like you'll just run out of cards into the Beelstarmon player. So, however, the Beelstarmon player shouldn't burn my security. If they want to play security bombs, if they want to fight in the mud, they should do it back. You should be swinging into my security and praying that a home roast doesn't come out that you can't interact with. Okay, you should be praying that it's not Dankanen, or God forbid, like a field spell and I plus a bajillion off of it. Like the worst thing is like. It's like the 1 in 5. Oh, they burned the one thing that like they could have checked and like made the game a bit more even. No, burn it all. With unsuspend. Yeah, burn and unsuspend, guys. We learned our lesson from Gallimon, actually.
Guys, I'd like to be the fence sitter on this one.
Yeah.
Okay, fence it away.
Okay, so burn and play shit from trash is basically the only cool thing purple as a color has ever done. So I did not add my muskets hits to this
Time
video.
Me to the mask. I'm Odysseus. This is Tom's the Siren song.
I did not add my picks to this video because Marcio, I knew, would do a good job of this bit. But Marcio listed a bunch of cards in his description of why this card is cringe. We could have banned Lady Devimon. We could have banned Scopemon.
As soon as you said Scopemon, I could see him in the witness stand.
I got up when he said Scopemon. That's my
Odysseus.
I hate that.
Dude, 6x9 on the thing is like, yeah, bro, Scopemon. He's just like, oh fuck, dude, shut up.
But the actual one that I'm like, because we mentioned Thanos earlier, I would like for them to have to pay for things, and I think as long as they have Hurricane Screw Shot, they won't pay for anything. Because it's a Hammer Spark 5 times a turn.
Yeah.
So it's like this card basically does the only identifiably, like, especially since Beelstar X came out like 2 years ago and her thing was burning a security. It's like this is kind of the only actually gameplay themed part of the deck. But like they're not gonna hit the Time Stranger parts of this. So because they won't hit the unsuspend, I get why we would have to hit this. I just think it's a shame that because the toys are new, we'll hit the wrong toy. But that being said, I don't really care what they hit as long as they do
also
something
eventually
about
this card will be
shit.
searchable when they have purple red training.
Yeah, like I don't know, man. The other thing is like it's neat that because what they are, it's yes, currently it's Time Stranger muskets, but like in the future it might really not just be Beelstar. And like I think it's interesting for like the defensive, like if they make a Gundramon or a Magna Kidmon variant down the line because one of them gets a card. I think it's cool to still have some of those kinds of toys that they can all interact with. So like for me, I don't know. I don't really care. The deck's bullshit and they need to do something about it. And if they won't hit the broken shit because it's too new, they have to do something else. So I'm happy as hell giving it to this. I just, it definitely makes the deck feel less unique. That's all I gotta say.
To push back, I think like Hurricane Screw Shot is like the memory looping is like kind of annoying.
It's so stupid, bro.
On that. But when they're not burning your security, it doesn't matter because like what are they doing with it? The worst is like when but like
true, I'm getting old. My bad, Slam.
Just put a fucking 6k DP Digimon in the back like everybody else. Like if you're losing to Ruin mode, you're behind. Like
me at my promo Dimetrimon. Where do you work out, bro? The library.
Yeah. Like when you think about it, right? The purple player, they want to like I think you said that they're at their best when they're like playing stuff from the trash and burning security. I disagree. When they're not paying for shit and they're just like, yo, dude, check how much I'm plussing.
Yeah.
And like, it doesn't actually like amount to nothing, but it's like, oh, dude, this combo, I just went like +2 memory and I drew 2 cards. And it's like, it was like Demi, it was the egg that was like pitch 1, draw 2, plus like Gabu, plus Ice mode. And they're like, oh, I just cycled like 5 cards. Like, sure, whatever, man. Like, I would rather them just like have a shit ton of memory and like build up their like, you know, the version of the deck where like they constantly like are fighting you like off the board and like they're like clearing your stuff and like slowly grinding it out, maybe weaving in some other muskets, which won't happen. I think that's like way more interesting than them going, I'll promote on turn 2 because I played a timer. Turn 1 and I have a Sparrow, and then like load, gain a memory, load, gain a memory, and then Beelstar start casting red bind trigger, boom, 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 like just like start shooting your security, swing, unsuspend, answer this or you die next turn.
Yeah.
Thoughts? You know, we've had an episode with Henny recently because I keep saying thoughts.
Yeah, my thing is, despite them being on the card, we will never know true freedom from Beelstar until she can't one bang your security. There will be no let the fucking Avenge Kidmon or whatever be the guy that one bangs your security. Stop giving generic option cards that Beelstar can cast for free, because who the fuck needs Gundramon if you can just kill your opponent? If we take away their ability to kill their opponent, maybe the 3 Musketeers won't be Beelstarmon, the deck, for the 2nd time in a row.
They're all Lapras, by the way. They go, yeah, I really like 3 Musketeers. Like, shut the fuck up. You want to play Beelstar, you want to look at fucking boobs and like, just like, do purple bullshit. Like you're not going into
someone says this, and I play 3 Musketeers. You show them Avenge and Magna Kidmon, and you go, which one's which?
I'm gonna confess to you here, guys. I think part of why I like this card is because I think he looks a little bit like the Human Torch skin I like in Marvel Rivals, where he's got the stupid neckbeard fedora on.
And not Dante from DMC4?
No, because Dante's like kind of actually cool. This dude is such a chud that it hurts. But I you know what, like, again, as long as they do something about muskets, I'll live. I want anyone to be like, thank God you guys are stupid and didn't say Scotemon. Be like, oh motherfucker, we know, don't worry.
Yeah, we thought about it.
The thing is, like, I will go to bat for the purple players when they actually have to check security and like their shit doesn't go their way, or like they're forced to check security because of the way their damage works.
When they actually have to swing the 11k Beelstar.
Yes, and like something goes like remotely wrong, right? Because that's when like the purple player shines, is like, okay, I count for scenario, play around it, blah, blah, blah. But when you don't have to play around anything, because just like, burn security, burn security, burn security, it's just like,
I really hope that you put, okay, you didn't just put Hurricane directly after.
No. I didn't want to double dip.
I just felt like it would have been narratively as like that. You know, Hurricane Screw Shot's not the problem, and then it's like, yeah, so Hurricane Screw Shot. Anyways, Aggravated Assault.
I'm a grifter.
This guy is belligerent.
Yeah, he just can't stay anymore. If they're gonna print better quality Omnimon support than this card existed originally as a way to let you make an Omnimon and not like waste your material, because this was like the Omnimon you could make on your turn, and then he'd spit the pieces back out so you could use Mega Knight. It was a cute thing at the time. And then they made Ping Pong, and Ping Pong doesn't pay any memory. So unlike paying to warp, you pay 2, really 1, because you have a memory inherit. And then as long as so you can't low choke them. And as long as you play into that in any capacity and you have multiple copies of this card in hand, you are now dead. So because of the game changing over time, this guy just can't stay anymore.
You forgot Island of Adventure as well.
Oh yeah, Island of Adventure. Well, the increased willingness to interact with top and bottom of security on your own turn is another reason this card's no good anymore. But I think if you really want to mess with Island of Adventure weirdness, God help you, you can play them anyway, I suppose. My argument for this at 1 and not 0 is that it would kill Ultra S OTK because you couldn't build around a deck where you can only play one of. You'd probably stop to play real Omnimons. But this is a, quote, rare high moment if you play it in an actual deck because you're still using it for what it was supposed to be.
I think the only problem is we don't have
the other
enough
thing
good...
in DM decks is they can recur it.
That is cool.
Omnimon can't. So in DM, putting it to 1 doesn't kill it in DM, whereas it kills it in Omnimon.
And
Sorry, there's
Omnimon's
an
the bigger
Agumon,
abuser of it.
Yeah, there are Agumons that can add it back, but like that's such a big
not from
tempo loss
security.
for
It
this.
requires your opponent to kind of like play in.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas, yeah, there's a lot of reasons why it would be different.
Yeah, I would say one of the things is this also unironically takes Cress and Blitz out with it because they by name evolve into strictly Alter S. So like
Omnimon.
it's one of those ones where like him dying is actually like 3 cards dying in one go because like yeah, you could sit on an unaffected Chud, but like unless you can manual end of turn DNA, you ain't.
Yeah, I think they might still just make either the Adventure 6s or the Virus Buster Metal Empire 6s afterwards. I don't know. I think the problem is Ping Pong doesn't pay any memory. But
Yeah,
like, that's a thing now. So we can at least make it like not the best thing you can do with Omnimon cards. Just make it an option to do with Omnimon cards. Also, Omnimon never goes, as the internet loves to tell us here on the show, never goes 6 months without getting a card. So if they hit this, I'm not super worried.
just make another one.
Okay,
Yeah.
have we had like our rational thoughts and discussions? Because I'm going to be irrational about this. Maybe not irrational, maybe emotional. So as you all know, in the Misplay for Game podcast, maybe Andrew might disagree. But me and Tom, we can agree. If we can agree on one thing, is that Omnimon is the coolest Digimon ever.
It's not even close.
It's like it's not even close. Like he souls your fave, he mods your fave. It doesn't matter. Like if you think your guy can stand up to Omnimon, he just doesn't. And I'm sorry, he just doesn't. Okay. And Omnimon is at its best, at its like creme de la creme. The gameplay is so good when it revolves around like making the Omnimon and like passing to the opponent on Omnimon, and like he's your fucking wall. And like we've had progressively better and cooler and like more dynamic Omnimons, but like only if you like crack the shield, right? And you like actually like interact with it. Then it's like a reward, right? Like you beat Omnimon, that was cool. But when you make the Omnimon and like you pass to the opponent and you deal some amount of damage, but like you don't like one-shot your opponent, and then they like, you know, they break your board, and then you do it again on the next turn, and every single turn you're like sequencing to like make the Omnimon, but like you're never like one-shotting the opponent until like a certain like damage threshold, right? But like at that point you want to win.
Kid named Dukomon.
Yeah, like you want to win the game eventually. Like eventually an Omnimon is going to get you. Alter S does not play to that fantasy whatsoever. I love playing Omnimon. That deck is like the what was it, BT17 version of the deck? That version was awesome. Oh my god, when the Nokia stuff came out initially, before like Ping Pong got its
shit,
yeah, it was just like so good. I like
we built an Omnimon deck, me and Marcio, on a table in Bristol at like 2 a.m.
and then
like
it was an awesome deck.
And like this deck, there's so much cool shit in Omnimon's cards that like AD01 Omnimon is basically no play, because why would I partition when I could do this?
AD Omnimon is like a near perfect card in like what I think like an Omnimon should do. Like he fucking interacts with like options, right?
He even assembles.
And he assembles. That shit's like peak. But like, why would you ever do that when you can like DNA, swing, revert, DNA again? And like, it doesn't help that like the Garuru and the Wargreymon are the inherits that they are. Because like they were meant to, you know, like the second or third Omnimon, they're supposed to set up for that being the kill line. But when you get to like abuse those inherits, it's like, is it problematic that they have those inherits in the first place? No, this guy's just a big stinker, and he's making my cool deck not cool. And I like when I get to play the cool Omnimon deck, because between me and your brother, we've got like a really cool looking like Omnimon deck. The sleeves are so tight. Like we've got like Omnimon playmats. It's just like Omnimon is perfect, and I love it. But like, don't make me do cringe shit with him, because then I'll go play something else, okay? And I want to play Omnimon. That's it. That's kind of the...
You're totally right.
Get this bozo out of here. And now we get to talk about drug smuggling and assisted manslaughter. One isn't enough. We gotta kill this guy.
Move on, bro. Like, what do you... He went from kid to Ankh. Like...
Yeah, but that is
This
actually
is a child soldier.
This is not a child, bro. This is an 85-year-old man that is dodging taxes. Your grandpa met this guy and was mugged by him 40 years ago. He's just short.
Y'all remember Coney 2012? Where they were like,
Yeah.
hey, PSA, they're doing some bad shit with those kids over there, bro. They're letting them do some nightmarish war crimes.
Dude, imagine being like a foreign kid that moved to a new country at the age of 12 and you're in like history class or geography and your teacher puts on like Code 2012. Like I became a schizo like on the spot. Like I thought it was like, do you remember the movie like 2012? 2012 was not a good year.
Not a good year.
Between the movie 2012 and Cody, I legit thought that I wasn't going to make it to 13.
Yeah, I mean, everything we've said about every purple deck, this is the purple card of all time. It's a source for your
This is the
DPS.
card of all time.
It costs 1. Like, half of the dumb shit you do in Millennia as well is just made... Is compounded by the fact that you can blow them up and gain 1 memory. So if you just one choke, you can actually make 5 Millennies on 1 turn for the love of the game. That shit doesn't happen without Analog Youth. TB, I think, is the final breaking point was 7 sets ago, but the final for real, this time he's gotta go is Toho Braves. What do you mean my 2-cost searcher adds 1 to hand and guarantees 2 cards in trash, and you don't give a shit about the options being trash because they're assembly targets? They gotta kill this card.
Every fucking year. It's TB this year. It was Maggie last year, and Birds.
It's anything that deletes itself.
And Melanie, and
Anubis, probably.
And it's like, at what point? Like, we're not even making money off of this card. This card was like a somewhat chase-ish
They
card
have reprinted
like
this card
set.
like 12 times.
Yeah, they made an event pack and a box topper, and they were like, fuck, we just gotta give this shit to people so bad that they gave it the same artwork.
It's got like 5 versions now.
Yeah.
And they should be nice little collection pieces. You can have an Analog Youth binder, and they should bind this child and drop him off of a fucking ship in the middle of the ocean.
I mean, they should just never make an Analog Youth. It's not a DM card ever again.
Yeah, and hopefully they won't.
True, move on from it, bro.
Yeah, Hello.
This is me. Yes,
What?
remember I was complaining about how they never ban new cards? So here's where I'm at. We have to start over. I want you to think about this as this is not actually just, I think we should get rid of the Glowing Dawn deck from the Digimon trading card game. This is, I can't believe the same people made the Glowing Dawn cards that made the Data Squad card. There is absolutely no rational, logical reason to have given the deck like this Rush, because it's an OTK deck.
Rush Sec +1, so it plays through Venus.
Pardon me, Rush Sec +1. Thank you, Andrew. And it's a shame too, because this is the only Monarch Lizamon that has been given any of the interesting green and black components. Like the other one is just another generic Glowing Dawn
The
name.
top side is so cool, but you don't care about the top
piece.
side.
Yeah, exactly. And one of my issues with the dual cards at these middle like 5, I have to make a 4, God help us, is that they kind of stink of Atmon, where like Atmon stacks aren't actually that exciting because there's no inherit, it's just the link cards. Like when you watch a stack like this get made out of dual cards, it is actively reducing the complexity in the stack you can build in this kind of archetype. You're just like, I don't know, I'll combo off here, it'll be a 1-time +5 and I'll win the game this turn. And it's like, if you want to make me care about like the Glowing Dawn team makes their mega with all the tamers giving them lingering buffs and all the cool shit that they can do from there, they have to actually let you use 5s with inheritable effects. I am only not including some of the ones that are coming out here because they aren't keyword rush. But like genuinely, it's so like poorly thought out. And the most nightmarish part to me is that like as you watch these cards resolve, like one of the things they can do is they have such precise memory manipulation that you'll catch people just burning these to like effectively low choke on a Tradismon. Misplay was real early on that shit, by the way, when they were like Habakiri OTK is the move, and we were like, they made an unaffected shithead that is a better, it's Gargo missile with that Magna X on top. What are we talking about?
So he's 2 forms of removal. He's a bot deck and a delete.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense, man. So these cards, they do too much for not enough, and Rush is the tipping point for me where I'm like, you just can't do that. That's
yeah,
not on.
especially because they have cards that cast a fucking option. Like sometimes when it's like, all right, they drop Gecko and they had enough memory to then cast this, you're like, you know what? There's 7 memory tamers that put them to 25 at the start of the turn. That's on me. I should have passed to 0. This is just like when they go like they do the 8 checks and you go, damn, well, they can't afford Gecko and they slam KnTElixar trash a thing to play an option card and they go, hey, look at it's the
I'm
option.
holding Final Judgment.
No, look at that, it's Final Judgment. Look, it's KnTElixar doing KnTElixar's special move. Would you like to go first or second in game 2? I was like, yeah, okay, bro, my bad.
Okay, so like, the thing that I'm struggling to realize, right?
Final Judgment is the part of the card that we hate. Like KnTElixar is fine.
Sure,
Final Judgment needs to go to 1. You should only be allowed to resolve 1 of those a game.
No. I'm cool with all of that. I think Tom gave like great reasoning apart from like why the Atmon hate.
I think part of why Atmon are boring to me is because they don't actually have inherits. Like you're just like your Link +2. They have Link +2 and the 2 effects you glue to your boss monster.
Inherit.
Yeah, but that's so you're clip this, it'll never come back. That's why Atmon's more interesting than this. Because in Atmon, there's conscious choices being made to what Link you want, but in Glowing Dawn, you dump every option you've got as fast as possible.
Yeah, but like Atmon is cool and this deck isn't.
I agree. Atmon's cooler than this deck.
Guys, what if I brought like Reboot?
Which is crazy because Beatbreak is so sick and they could just continue to make cooler cards. Like the anime is tight. There's so much cool shit they can do.
I find Glowing Dawn and that's kind of.
Yeah, well, they're gonna. I mean, the fact that they made a Glowing Dawn team, they're gonna make some of the other teams from Beatbreak into decks and stuff. Don't worry, Marcio, they have one just for you.
Well, yeah, we're gonna get BT31. That'll be Beatbreak.
Oh, that's the other thing is unlike DATS and unlike TS decks, TS is ending in the next 2 or 3. Like, not only is this the last confirmed Bane set for a while, I don't think they're just gonna keep dribbling promos onto that for a little while. We know Beatbreak's getting at least 5 more sets because the anime isn't even over yet. It ends in like. The last arc starts very soon. So there's no.
We don't even have megas for the rest of the main team. So
yeah. This shit is not going anywhere. So I'm sick of this because they jumped the gun way too early.
Now that you said they jumped the gun way too early, I just got reminded of like people are like posting about like the Green Lantern episode, and they were like, the gun is not jammed. Side note. I think the problem with Glowing Dawn is like, I'm a Digiburst lover. I thought Digiburst was like the coolest shit ever. And then like they abandoned it and then they brought it back with DM. And I was like, yo, this is like,
it's cool. Like DM, it's neat.
And then they did it again with like Glowing Dawn. And I was like, this is not cool.
How did you guys get it so wrong?
Like we got it with DM. Like what? So anytime I look at a Glowing Dawn deck, I'm just like, hey, just like a DM deck that's just way less cool, and I don't like it.
You know what? Putting it on the tamer, the thing that's really hard to interact with, did make it less fun to use.
The problem with like putting it on the tamer is like the tamers don't even like, they suspend for like kind of insignificant effects. They're like, I'll suspend myself for jamming, and it's like, did you really need jamming? You're swinging at 16k.
They're also like, even when they're suspended, they're still batteries. Like when a DM card is tapped, it's tapped, but when these cards go sideways, you can just keep taking shit out for Final Judgment reduction.
They'll be like, because like all of your cards say take source from tamer. And it's like, does my tamer have to be up? Does my tamer have to be sideways? It doesn't matter. You just need a tamer with sources on the array. You could have 1 tamer and 10 sources, and that's good enough.
Even Digicross did this correct.
Yeah, they just, I don't know how they fucked it up so bad. I think the worst thing is that like, there's like a bit of skill expression with DM based off of like what you load and like what things you want under and like manipulating like
some DM cards
sources.
Can load from different places, like all the versions load differently and stuff.
This is just like the most like, oh, I've just accepted that I'm playing with like 33% less of my deck, and I just have to hope that the 2/3 of my deck left are good enough for me to win the game, because if I put something face down and it's like the first thing face down and I only have like 1 battery and I keep putting things under, I'm never gonna get to it. Like, yeah, sure, what is it called? The purple rat,
Kairatmon,
Chiripamon or whatever. he might eventually get you something back from the trash, but that's just not happening at a pace that you want. So I can't be asked with Glowing Dawn. I just find it like really uninteresting.
Agreed.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
This is mine. I picked this. Yeah, so we can't keep DNA cards around anymore. Marcio pitched originally getting rid of an infamous loop that the community is discussing at the minute. And I think that's a great call. But then it occurred to me that in no context should this card ever be playable ever again. The game has completely, like, it's the opposite of when cards fall off and, like, a guy that used to be on the ban list could come back. The longer Digimon goes, the more I'm like, any day now. They've got to go. It's got to stop.
Chimera is the equivalent of buying Dogecoin when it was a joke.
Yeah. My argument for the tipping point is that there's going to be a lot of decks that'll abuse it. Mercio's bummed because it's good in Bacchus there. I understand. But what it's the minute they made the level 4 field Digimon that play reduced cost second field cards, turned this dude into, okay, so we can't keep him around anymore. Because now that, like, the Metal Empire dudes can find, and, like, even if they already have their DNA pieces, the fact that they can pick another one back up from the drop and do it this way is an extra layer. The fact that, like, the Virus Busters can find another combo piece from that and do it again. And, like, yeah, you don't get the trait, but you still have all your colors, because for some reason this is the only one that they were ever like, yeah, it's white, but it's whatever you need it to be, really.
Which is still very cool.
It's a novel concept. By the way, arms dealing was my joke because he has a lot of arm.
Yeah.
Thanks. But the real end for me is that just, like, the genericness of, like, decks that have kind of gone around from, like, needing to search with searchers. Like, there are just an enormous amount of decks, especially, like, the ones that can play things for free at ends of turns and combo effects that way. Like, I just don't think it's long for the world. Even if you're willing to be like, yeah, it's a cute tech card now, I still think the only way this card is ever played is as a broken, disgusting one of that you can't track. So even leaving it at that is just not appropriate. I just don't see a life for him in the future. I think if the game remains healthy, it's because he's gone.
My problem with this is simply that there's so many DNA combinations that exist now that he doesn't necessarily. He's obviously, him being completely unrestricted is something
you
that
can
the
be
other
the
ones.
Same guy twice.
Yeah. But there are, like, basically all of the field ones, not only do all of them have their own inbuilt DNA, but, like, there's enough, like, alternative shit. I think the thing that kind of makes me somewhat unsympathetic to it, ignoring the obvious bias of ghosts, like, this being the best, the second best Phantomon, is tragic. I think seeing Terry resolving Red Purple Paildramon in Gato armors made me realize this doesn't matter. If you take this guy away, people type the word DNA Digivolution into their card reader of choice and pick the thing that lines up with the most colors and keep it going.
I'll give you that. There's some truth to that. I just think that the
all
difference
this does is hit
that
monocolor decks.
Those are typically, that they're typically two different colors, which is a deck building constraint in of itself.
Yeah,
I think it's really funny that this is the card that you decided to, like, lose sleep over.
Yeah, this was my, like, fucked up pick.
Because, like, it's, like, such a, like, recent example kind of thing where you're like, yeah, and then, like, the pendulum decks get, like, twice as many of their good effects. And I'm like, I mean, like, yeah, I get. So, which format specifically pissed you off with Chimera? Because, like, that's what it is. You haven't gone over it. This is like
it's
a bad
so funny.
X.
Like, he's just like, I fucking hate BTA me.
You know what it is? I do hate BTA. It is my all-time. Well, it's not the least played.
Nothing was happening. People were playing less than
blue
nothing.
Hybrid, yellow hybrid. No, I'll be dead ass. It's because we've made so many of these now that every time I have to open up my Google Drive, I see this goddamn shit again, and I'm like, oh, I hate you.
I don't know, man. I think, like, I'm kind of like, it's like,
the game's gonna keep going. Digimon's never been like, they put out a thing the other week. Digimon's literally never made this much money in history, and it's like, this card is so not thought about. Like, they have no clue what's coming.
You should think of this card as, like, a pet hamster that died, and you should treat it like a fond memory. It's like, oh, I remember when I used it for that thing, and that was kind of cool. Like, like for some of us, particularly like me, it's like, oh, but like think about Dog Loop. Well, sorry, old Dog Loop. What was the deck called? Dog Rest. Oh, but like think about Dog Rest, Tom.
They gave you a Garurumon for Dog Rest. They gave you Werga now.
Okay, but like, you make a great point.
I think it's more like most of the time, especially as a commentator, when white PT8 Chimera shows up, you go, oh, okay, we're doing something. Like he's always like we're doing something.
If we ban shit for the love of commentary, we'd be playing a very different game.
It would be a better game.
Think about when Fenrir used to use this, and then you got to make the second little stick.
Yeah, I think I liked Fenrir is how I remember it. Hey Marcy, I think you're right, man. I think I liked that deck.
Or like what was like another deck that
I'm getting a little senile in my old age, guys. I don't remember what I did and didn't like.
When was the last time that I played a fucking Chimera Bond deck?
Did you not play it in Jessmon like last month?
Blue?
Or sorry, last format.
Was that not? Oh yeah, I thank you, Andrew. I fucking knew there was a reason why I was like, oh, really? Come on, man. No way we're hitting. Yeah, this card's great in Bloom. Like, I'll DNA like a Sunflower with like a Togemon, and then I'll load like another reduction, and then I'll evolve into Bloom, and then like I'll gain a bunch more memory for free. Come on, don't take that away from me. I need it. It's my one of. Like, how
it's my seventh one of.
How's a girly supposed to like swing with Bloom for 3 checks and then like DNA into this and go for a game? Like, how am I like? I need it. Come on, man.
I think they got you. Ceresmon's got you now. You're fine. Anyway, a good riddance to bad rubbish. See you later, bozo.
Okay, this is.
I don't have anything to say about this card.
This was set to 1 because I, quite frankly, would like to see the implications of deck building if the cringe. We said it about Mirage. If we gave them 1, would they play 1? Would the Puppet OTK player put down 1 sleeve in the back and a bunch of tokens to their side? Yeah, but could you imagine? Could you imagine? It's just like all right, I got or 2 eggs. I got 2 eggs and 25 tokens. Want to guess what I'm playing? I'm like, okay, buddy. There's
not enough words on this card. It shouldn't work for every effect all the time. You shouldn't.
I got it. Yeah. 1 picture says 1,000 words.
Yeah, and all of them say, I don't respect you as a person. I hope you die and bad things happen to your family. Weird they managed to squeeze that into a card text, but like...
Yeah, that's what the Nyaramon is.
That's the name of the artist, actually. This is just the same thing. These are it's like the Pam, like Corporate wants you to find the difference between these 2 pictures. It's the same card. It's the same card.
Okay.
The implication to banning the only Toho Braves egg is that the deck is like if we ban Susanomon, it's a different deck. If we ban this, it's not a deck anymore. You can't play it.
So a lot of people are on the internet going, we should hit Susan. Wrong. You should hit.
We're not hitting.
You should hit the egg. Execute was an excellent trial run in Ghosts. They put so much fucking words on those ghosts to make sure this didn't happen. And then they gave Execute generically, and it's the most represented deck of the format.
With Assembly.
With Assembly. That is the other thing. Rush, Execute, Assembly. They can have Rush Assembly. They can even have Rush Assembly and find a form of Blitz thanks to him being Time Stranger. You do not want all of their stacks to be able to blow up and turn into 15 bodies. The reason you hate Toho Braves is actually because of the egg. Everything else that goes on top of the egg could not exist without the egg.
Reddit told me it was the option card, actually, Mr. Streamer.
That is fair. Reddit is wrong. You hate the egg. Trust me, as the guy that every time I see Execute resolved outside of my deck, I go, wow, it's so much better when they don't put 400 words on it.
Ghosts.
Yeah, it's... this card it would be the one that they should get rid of. Fuck them, make them play the other egg and just evolve rookies over it. All the rookies can evolve over the other one, right?
Because
they're all they can fuck them. Right. Just everyone has to play Meikoko.
Everyone has a vanilla egg.
Yeah, fuck them. The Sayu Warriors sometimes play with a vanilla egg, so like, this is actually what you hate. Whatever you think you hate in TB, you actually hate this card.
Yeah. See you later, Pac Bozo.
Yeah. Yeah, this was a funny one. This is a good one.
Okay, so like I don't like it when the two idiots on my locals find a new loop deck because like I have to entertain it. And I say this as somebody who definitely has been going to locals, right? Like I've definitely been on those tables playing against this.
So
this was a
funny.
matter of time.
Wouldn't it be so funny if the joke had been that Marcio had been going to locals the whole time, but we had just decided 6 weeks ago that we were just going to start lying?
I think that like DNA looping is cringe, and like I don't like it when like the Melga deck is like not going into Melga. Are they going into Melga? They're not, are they?
No, it's Wegaroo.
So
it's
like
Wegaroo X now. It's the combo is your Garoos.
I just know that this is the thing that like would stop the combo from.
Yes, it's your Garoos. You play the Mad Leo and you digicross with this. You DNA into the Nightmare Soldier Wegaroo, swing, pitch the cards, and you get to turn into Wega X from trash for 0. It trashes to unsuspend, and then the end of attack blows itself up to play out a Digimon, and you decode out the other 4. So you basically just play it and then the Garurumon, and you always have the add back on the Nightmare Soldier's Wega. So you just do it again, swing. Whoa, your Wega X is still in trash. You just do it until you hit something that stops it.
If the fucking option unsuspend where Garurumon deck was cool, because me and Andrew liked it.
And because it had no follow-up, no answer to blockers. If it hits something too big or an option, it fucking explodes. Here, it decodes.
So because of that, we don't like it because it can play around things. And I think binary OTK loop decks are really boring.
Oh, it also stuns everything, by the way. Every time you do this, you get to stun a body and a tamer.
Imagine Hootie loop. You didn't like Hootie loop, so you don't like this. That's basically the same process.
Yeah, also this is another one of those instances of Bagra Army. The cards I like popping in decks that I don't play. Stop taking my shit. Please. This card is so bad in Bagra. It's actually unplayable in Bagra.
You know what it's I'll be honest with you guys.
It's a Leomon deck.
It's not that bad in the Leomon deck.
When it's a Leomon. It's genuinely
it swings and turns into Leomons that can fortitude.
Yeah.
But
so it was intended for EX5.
It does what
it's Leomon is so far from the conversation. It's not even in the kids table. It's like outside parking people's cars. Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't matter, man. I get rid of this shit.
Another excellent, intelligent hit.
So the court official put this in front of me, and I had to put it on the docket, man. I would have been in contempt.
So like, hear me out, right? This is like to my friends at locals. You guys know who you are. You're like, oh, Marcio, when are you coming back to locals? And I just, I'm really holding over my commentary, okay, for this year. However, I would be there every fucking week if I could just play full power Hootie. Oh my God, I wasted so much money on my Hootie deck to make it look real nice. And the fact that I could play Hootie. Yes, of course I could play Hootie, but it's not the same. But this card was like ecstasy. And the amount of just straight up unbelievable bullshit you could do with this card if you were really tapped in, I miss the feeling so bad. This card was amazing. I love it. I miss it every single day. It was the best thing ever. Please just bring it back, man. Please just bring it back. Just let me play Hootie Control again, okay? That deck was not problematic. Trust me, that deck was completely fine. We can then, think about how to ban Hootie Loop, whatever. Hootie Loop, Jamoshi Loop, who cares, right? Just let me, you even made a really cool high Andromon that's goes on top of this and becomes unaffected. So I could taunt and block. Just please just give it back to me. That's it.
Can I be honest with you guys? This is not the worst reintroduction unlimit. I still think we should never unlimit a card ever in Digimon.
It was this on HBD, and I can't do the HBD song.
It can't be HBD. So you know what? I think that shows personal growth, Marcio. I'm proud of you, man.
This is better than someone saying this is what this. If you think this sounds genuinely insane, understood. This is what we think whenever I hear we should unlimit Greymon X. Both entirely brain poison takes. Truly brain poison takes.
So take. Move on, bro. Play a real deck. But like, okay, so let me explain this one. This one is lame because I don't like this deck. So like, there's a good Shaku and a bad Shaku, and I like the good Shaku.
Wait, you didn't? Yes, we're at the end of the fucking document. You didn't put Hurricane on?
This is the end of the document?
Yeah, this is the.
Sorry, for some reason the PDF has been cut off. There are actually. Let me send you some more.
That's crazy. I was gonna say it's like, wow, you understand comedic timing now for Shaku mods, but we didn't do the Hurricane.
So this card is lame because like you don't actually want to sit on this Shaku for the most part. He's kind of like whatever. Okay, like this is like this guy has like no aura. The other Shaku has like a ton of aura, and like the other one is really cool because I like it, and I don't like this one because I don't actually like TS.
It being able to load from sources. You know when we say like, oh, you know, sometimes they put too many words on a card. This was one of those instances derogatory. They put too many words of a card, and they should have cooked less. They, you know, shout out to the Bandai rep that is clearly watching the bonus content because you had a perfectly serviceable effect. And you added more text and you fucked it up. So shout outs to watching the bonus content that all of our champions get 1 whole month early. Because I know there is definitely one of you champions is definitely a Bandai spy. And we appreciate you. Do as we say, not as we do. That was too much text. Oh, yes,
I am exporting
this guy's lame and doesn't have aura.
So weird.
How many more do we have?
2 more.
Okay.
My bad, gang. I don't know how that happened, genuinely. That's an oopsie doopsie from your boy.
That's really funny.
That's probably because I
meant to keep stalling about how much I don't like.
Sorry, Photoshop is exporting them right now. They're going into the live chat in just 1 second.
CS was so cool. I think like I kind of truly understand what the tier element players felt like in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because like Yu-Gi-Oh! Players are like, oh my god, I missed tier element. It was so cool, blah blah blah. Kid Kalos and fucking what was the other one? It was Kid Halfness or whatever. And it was just like, okay, man, sure, whatever. But like, just give me back my deck. I miss it. I miss it so bad.
Oh, no, money laundering.
Who?
Gentlemen, they gotta kill him.
No,
they gotta kill him.
No,
this is what happens. This is no. I like Flamemon. This shit could go, bro. Never forget, KBeeDS. We are teammates by convenience. I fuck with Takuya Kanbara. The rest of those frontier dorks can kick rocks. Get rid of this shit. No, it doesn't say blue. It doesn't say Koji. It doesn't say anything on it. None of the names matter. The cards from BT6 before they knew what they were going to do with these things. And now that the trio tamers are good started main cards that can put this thing anywhere, it simply must go.
It is very funny that Red Hybrid gets to use this card and uses none of the Lobo pieces.
We don't need to. We just need the inherit. It's fine. I can't. Wow. I think a part of me died. I thought we were like Red Hybrid bros. Like
we are,
like
and it's cool when they're Flamemon.
No, but like you're already Flamemon. This is just a little thing. You just put under it. You just put under the table. Okay. You just like don't worry about it.
Interesting.
It's like Wolf Incineroar. You
Your
just
Honor,
like don't look at me.
This is like how, and we'll take the sin back here. When we knew Sistermons were coming out. Or we knew Scatter Mode was going to be available in Japan. They were like, oh, well, we can't have this exist at the same time as BT8 Chimeramon, for example. Anything that can generically abuse this card in their archetype, it has to go. And this is that card. I mean, hybrid decks will basically be using this forever until the end of time.
I'm so sad.
Hold on. It's not over. My actual saucy pick was here. I spoiled this one already.
Abon in a good deck, yeah. Wait,
this card goes crazy in
Hurricane. This means Hurricane still.
This card.
This means Hurricane still didn't make the list.
Yeah. Well, I knew we weren't gonna. He picked Thingy already, so I can't pick Hurricane. Anyway, this card it has to go. There's just no excuse. It's completely entirely untenable that the deck basically gets to play like it has no off turns. So I just never want to see this card be playable in anything ever again.
Yeah, this is one of those ones where you're like, oh, what would the Bill Star player do if they don't just kill you? I'm like, you never had to find out because most of the time they just kill you. But sometimes they do go, Scopemon load Hurricane Screw Shot, tap Asuna, pitch Hurricane Screw Shot, make Lady Devi that's now in trash, and then make thing, and then gain the memory back. So like when they swing their 11k and they take the one risk they had to do for the entire game, and they hit a security thing and die, they just fucking make the house again, and they just go, oh, I guess I watched Tamas kill someone off of a scramble because he gained 8 memory and then gave the stack rush after burning their whole security. This card is miserable. It cannot exist whilst Asuna from BT24 is in the game.
Yeah.
Because she's not supposed to play 3s because she specifically says 4s. But the consequence of that is that she is also a hammer spark when she fucks off. If you made the mistake of trying to play low memory efficiency when you cleared their fuck-ass Beelstar and they floated, that'll be memory for trying. My bad.
You have to put it to 0 too, because they'll find it no matter what.
Yes, they'll just loop it once for the everything. I still think Hurricane should be in there, but you know when I said that was going to be a buzzer beater, Marcy, do you have anything to defend? Do you even play this in Reboot? Do you claim this guy?
Not in Reboot.
He's like a fake Atmon.
Yeah, would you even defend this guy?
Guys don't fuck with this kid.
You play him in Uranus, so I think he's kind of cool because in Uranus you can play him out a few times and like it makes a bad deck kind of cool. So I'm gonna be the pet decker in this scenario. Be like, no, but like it hits my like tier 17 deck. I think I've said literally like I brought this card up when I was discussing Bind Red Trigger.
You got it right, chat.
And like I don't care that much about this card as long as like they're not burning my security, because like you guys remember BT6 Beelstar where like they were like, oh, I'll just slam Beelstar and cast Nailbone.
Yeah.
This is the first Misplay tier list I didn't put Beelstar BT6 on, by the way. So
Yeah, we just put 2 of her cards and argued about a third one.
Sorry, that's how it is.
I think this guy's like, okay, like, yeah, the memory's kind of annoying, but if they're not casting the burn option, like, what are they doing? They can't kill you if they're not burning your security.
Well, they're hammer sparking.
Yeah, they're hammer sparking.
They're hammer sparking for 3 memory.
What? Like, what is it? And then what? Like, realistically, and then what? Like, what are they going to do if they're not burning you?
They have a rush execute shithead now.
Yeah.
Ooh. The
Titanmon Scobalucci, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, but like that, it doesn't work because like he deals how much damage? Like 1 damage?
Yeah, but when you burn everything because you never needed to swing.
When you burn everything, but then you're not burning anything.
Marcio, you can if it's at 1, you can cycle the same bind red and deal 4 damage.
Why did we put it at 1? It should have been at 0.
I did ask, to be fair. Anyway, my point being, I think the only
if the red card is banned, then this card is fine.
No, this card can't be. This card and a screw shot have to go.
Ruin mode. Like, are you really?
No. Like, it's dead ass. They can't make this card. The egg cheats into this, so they're going plus from that. The screw shot cheats and goes +1, and the Lady Devi is loading it again. So it's like they're basically going +1 for evolving.
Lady Devi plus this.
The purple thing.
That Lady Devi plus this is the fucking beat break tamers out of security every time you interact with this card.
No, but they're doing the purple thing, right? They're like draw one, trash one, get a memory, but they're not killing you. They're just like taking actions. They're like little freaks, and they're just like, I can go +3 memory here. Ooh, hurricane screw shot, ruin mode. It's like they're not like, you know.
Just wait till they start DNAing because they're like, oh, okay, man, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
But like that's like you're moving the goalpost.
No, I think I'm very firm on where the goalpost should be.
You think, deadass, if they banned Bind Red Trigger, that they would repurpose their fucking combo to weave in the BTA Chimera that Tom once banned?
Yeah, they're already on Louis and fucking Jaeger Loemon. They'll do it. The Gooners that spent $2,000 on their fucking
Hey,
Altarts.
I like some of those Gooners.
They're tweakers. They're tweakers. They're just like, another card market order, another card market order. This one's, can I haggle? Can I haggle? Can I haggle? Can I haggle? Would you do any lower? Would you do lower?
None of those dudes are in card market, bro. They're on Facebook Marketplace.
You're like,
You're gonna
any
sell
referrals?
that.
Any referrals? How'd you know you're not going to scam me? Like,
Yeah.
Or they're just like buying cases. Like,
Yeah.
I generally prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, Digimon community.
This is how I know you haven't been at locals, because I see one bind red trigger for every 9 Scopemon Hurricane screw shots that Trix resolves in front of me. When he was getting ready for the store regionals, I would watch Tweedledee and Tweedledum print 9 memory, and then he'd cycle 1 bind red, and I'd die. And if he didn't, you know what he did? He made Callusmon. He said, "Sorry, I really need this invite."
Oh, he was playing TS.
No,
he was just playing worse TS.
He was playing a incredibly efficient purple shithead that turned into. By the way, this also reloads Callus.
Oh, the Chimera.
This reloads.
The extra stupid part is that because they have Black Rookie and Black Egg, the Chimera is black for Callusmon. So whenever they have to find Plan B button, they can still make it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Satella.
Don't we think that the Callus problem comes from the fact that
hey, I don't like how you talked about my friend Callusmon, by the way. That's my guy.
He doesn't evolve over like colors, and he evolves over TS, and the Lady Devi is don't we think this is like a TS problem? And
it evolves over Satellamon, which is a 3 Musketeer.
Yeah. Okay, and Satellar's cool.
Not when it
Satellar is 3 Musketeer support. That's just black on black. Sorry.
Hey, I'm gonna respectfully opt out of this conversation.
I genuinely, I think this turns into an even bigger chud deck that just gains a billion memory when they go, well, I can't kill you, so I go Callus and Ruin.
But that's fun.
They could probably still kill you.
But I like Callus. Callus is cool.
Okay,
if they've got enough Beelstar X's, they can still kill you.
Yeah, they can. We do need to move on to our final buzzer beater because it did not make the list. It's not Hurricane Screw Shot. It's Trainings to 0. Get rid of them. Get rid of all of them.
Yeah, we did it.
You waited an hour and 35 to hear us say Trainings for 0. Yeah, that's
delay area.
Yeah, and if you want to know how we would fix the Trainings to 0 problem when they inevitably don't hit trainings and keep printing these stupid 2-color trainings that are even more broken than the trainings we already hated, you should go watch our Diaboromon video where we fixed that problem and made several new ones. And you can only do that if you're a champion tier or higher. Until you see it in a month when it comes out and you'll be like, what the fuck were they smoking? We were smoking the exact emails printed out and rolled up and then cooked on a portable barbecue against the government wishes.
Do you remember when you guys were like, when Tom was like, oh, let's just knock out a quick 30-minute one, and then this was just another podcast episode.
Well, so it was like, we'll do 30 minutes, and then you guys sent me 5 cards each, and I was like, damn. And I forgot 2 of them, apparently. I'm glad Andrew remembered.
We're very passionate about our 5.
Yeah, but
I noticed you had them, so I was like, well, I feel like I have to not be that chud now.
So this is episode 76.5. We'll see you potentially this weekend for episode 77. Yeah, thanks for tuning into our Banlist predictions, which will all be obviously 100% correct with absolutely no changes to it because we do read the emails from Bandai and we just wanted you to know early so you could get your testing in.
We should like market manipulate really quick. Do we have any card we want to tell people to buy out that like maybe one of us
Victory Sword when they hit the fucking no way what is there like
loop?
Yeah, when they hit the Wega loop, this is going to be how you do it mono style. You only save the one of Mad Leo for the final swing.
I think after the ban list, Axel is going to be an S tier defining game breaking archetype, and you should buy out the Singularity of Chaos option card. Thanks for listening.
Facts.
Yeah. All right. Do we Baba Booey on bonus episodes?
They haven't deserved it.
Yeah, you're right. Let's just get the fuck out of here.